Now, I did one of these a while ago, and I've since learned much more about this. So I'm going to do it again because I think it's really important to know how to cast a hexagram and do it well. And what I've got here is a book that I put all of my contemplations in. That book is now. I had a previous book. Oh no, my coins. I had a previous book. Excuse me while I go rummage for my coins. I had a previous book that I was using, and I used my 10 cent. Use some 10-cent pieces instead, and it's full. I was going to show you the previous book and what that looked like. Where, like, it's just full of my contemplations and conversations with the sage, right? So there's pages and pages. I've got one here, checking to see who's throwing poison arrows at me, like who's got arrows on me, everybody in my life, like just checking to see who's coming into the meditation. And this is since I've stopped working with my mentor. This has been my form of mentorship, being mentored by the sage, being mentored by the I Ching, and I'm thoroughly loving it, absolutely thoroughly loving it. So let's start out with a brand new page. And I'm just going to walk you through my process. So today's date is the 27th. Let me put my camera over here. There we are. 27th of May 2025. Let's see if how this video ages. And I come back and look at this maybe in 5 years' time. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now these are the line numbers of the hexagram, or the two trigrams. And you work your way from the bottom up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, my 3 coins in my hand here. I've gone 10-cent pieces because I've just dropped my 2 5 cents, my other 5 cents there. Oh, here we go. No, I'll go 5. I like 5. It fits smaller in the hand. It fits quite nicely. And they can shake and move much easier. For me, anyway. You might have larger hands than me. You never know. You might want 50-cent pieces. And for those of you who are in Australia, 50-cent piece is the largest of all the coins. So I'm just going to shake it. Shake it, just shaking it like that. All right. All right. And before I should have actually mentioned before I shake it, it's having an intention to ask the sage, well, what do you want to teach me today? What do you want to teach me today? All right. So what do you want to teach me today? Great. So then I've got 2 heads. Sorry, 2 tails and a heads. Okay. So 2 tails and a head. So for line 1, so a tail is worth 2. So 2 plus 2, and a head is worth 3. So there we go. So 2 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7. That's my first line, 7. 7. The numeral 7, okay? We do line 2. More of a shake. Yeah. Here we go. Same again. 2 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7. Great. And just keep on building it. Keep on going. Just watch how your ego wants to jump in there. Is this really even happening? Is this a thing? How could these coins even make any sense? Like they're coins, John. So that was a head. Sorry, 2 heads and a tail. So it's 2 plus 3 plus 3. All right, that's 8. And with any luck, not that luck exists, you see if we get any 9s or 6s, because those are the ones that have, those are the lines that you contemplate, okay? 2 heads and tails. So 2 plus 3 plus 3 equals, it's 8. You just take as long as it takes. Especially if you're someone who likes to rush things, get things done. So this is the perfect slow down, not rushing to get answers here. Like, for example, like pulling a divination deck or pulling a card out or opening to a page in the book. This takes time. This takes presence, and there's a steps involved, right? Okay, cool. 2 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, which equals 8. All right. I'm going to put those over to the side. Okay, I'm just going to draw these lines. All right. So how I do it is I draw a starting for all my lines, and then an ending for all my lines, like that. And now 8 I know is a dotted line, like it's a broken line. 8 is a broken line, 8 is a broken line, 8 is a broken line. 7 is a full line, unbroken line, unbroken line. Well, then I just join the broken lines up. It doesn't have to be perfect. I used to obsess about it being perfect. I'd spend more time trying to draw the lines perfectly than actually get the result. So here we go, all right? Color them in if you want. I'm going to color these in just super quickly. Yeah, it's nice. There we go. Okay. Now, if, for example, we got 3 of a kind with my coins, like 6, for example. So I'm going to do an example over, let's just do it over here. Okay, let's say I got a 2 plus 2 plus 2, which equals a 6. I would draw that personally, because it means that there's a line involved. We're looking at line. That's going to get confusing, isn't it? Let's say on line 1 here, we got a 2 plus 2 plus 2, and that actually it's actually not, it's a 3 plus 3 plus 3 because it's actually a solid line. So we got a heads, 3 heads, all right, 3 heads, which would have made that 3 plus 3 plus 3. What I'd do is I'd put a dot there like this to indicate that line 1 of the hexagram is the one that is being referred to for me. Line 1 is being referred. If, for example, we got to line 6 up here, and I got tails, tails, and a tails, and that actually added up to 6, then I'd put a dot there, indicating that, oh, line 6 is the one that I need to read from this hexagram, okay? But because we didn't get any lines, we got no 6s or 9s, it means we just have an open hexagram, okay? I might pull my coins aside. So next, what I'm going to do next is just separate the upper and lower trigram. So a 3 line makes up a trigram. And there's a further contemplation that you can do on trigrams, but that's not me. And what I've also done is printed out the matrix of how it works. Okay, how to match up the lines. So it's going to come over here, and so you do the bottom one first. Okay, so I've got a solid line, and a broken line. So solid line, broken line. It's 2e. 2. I don't know how to pronounce these. Two. My sister knows Mandarin. I do not. And then 3 broken lines, which is kun. Okay. And so then what you do is you Tui and kun, you line it up like a matrix. So we've got hexagram 19. Hexagram 19 is the one that I've been, offered to learn from today. And no lines. If I happen to get like a line in there, what I do, how I notate it, is I do dot, and then like 1 or dot 2, or whatever the lines are, so I can make reference to them. And because I also use the audio book, I also put in there how many times in my audiobook not audiobook, in my Kindle, how many times I have received that particular hexagram, okay? And that's very useful for me because I can go back very quickly, and you'll see it in some of the contemplations. I can go back very quickly and see when I've had this before. And if I keep getting a repeat, it's like, well, there's something in this I'm not learning. Like, what is this I'm not learning? Okay. So then what I do, why isn't my window capture working? It's going to get a new one. Bear with me while I pull up a new window. There we go. Is my Kindle in that list? There it is. So that's the straightforward way. And what I'm going to do is show you how to go a little bit deeper. All right, I'm just going to transition over to this. So what I'd do is I'd come into the 19th, approaching jointly, and in my Kindle, I'd write, okay, well, I got this again. So in my notes, so now I've got it on the 27th of May, 2025, no lines. All right. So what I'm going to do is, because I've got no lines, I'm going to ask the I Ching, well, what of the text do you want me to actually have a look at? Okay. So I'm going to count the paragraphs. So here I've got, the judgment. So I'm going to notate down here. I'm just going to bring that over there. Can I minimize that a bit more? I can. Great. Let's move this down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Like that. Great. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to notate. So there's the judgment line. All right. So there's judgment. And then there's paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 paragraphs. Okay. So judgment, cool. And then I go, okay, is it P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, P10, P11, P12, P13, P14, okay? And you just, well, not just, this is part of the practice, right? If you want to be mentored by someone, like, wouldn't you take the same amount of effort? And even though you're dealing with a text, it's still a process involved, right? So here we go. All right. Do I need to pay attention to the judgment? Yes, yes, yes. All right, great. Let's write yes, yes, yes in there. Okay, yes, yes, yes. I'm going to move, let's swap these screens around here. Put that there. And bring you over here. Great. Makes it a bit easier to see for you. All right. All right, is it paragraph 1? Yes, yes, no. Paragraph 2. Yes, yes, no. Paragraph 3. Excuse me. No, no, no. Paragraph 4. Yes, yes, yes. Paragraph 5. You just keep on going. I'm going to do the whole lot. No, no, no. Paragraph 6. Yes, yes, no. Oops, almost dropped it. Oh. Paragraph 7. Yes, yes, no. Paragraph 8. No, no, no. Paragraph 9. Yes, yes, no. So the yes, yes, no's, sometimes I'll just have a look at, see if there's a kind of a half relevance there or something there for me. No, no, yes. Paragraph 11. No, no, yes. Paragraph 12. No, no, yes. Paragraph 13. Yes, yes, yes. And paragraph 14. No, no, yes. So I'm going to look at 4, judgment, 13. 4, judgment, and 13. Okay, let's have a look. Let's maximize this bad boy again. All right. Judgment. Approaching jointly has supreme success. It furthers to be firm and correct. When the 8th month comes, there will be misfortune. All right, cool, cool. I feel the heaviness of that in my body. All right. Then paragraph 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This hexagram makes us aware that all the effort in the world cannot succeed without the aid of the helpers in the invisible world, which is engaged by our asking for it. Asking here is not always to be taken literally. We indirectly ask for help when we recognize our need for help from the cosmos. We also do this when we approach the I Ching for help with a modest attitude. The help is experienced as coming from all sources. So my contemplation on this, I was like, yeah, right now, I'm like, I want help, right? And to know that you want help needs to know that you can't do it all. So if you're someone who's used to being, which I am, used to not letting people down, okay, being the brave face, being the one that's got it all together. John's got it all together. He's a rock. John's a rock. Right? Knowing that it comes not always through my pleading, but for when I consult the I Ching with a modest attitude, when I was like, hey, I don't know. What am I looking for? What's going on here? It doesn't make any sense. Why does this keep on happening? And then 13. Okay. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 continued, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, here we go. Mention of misfortune coming in the 8th month also calls attention to the way in which the I Ching can be seen to predict the future. It does not do so, as mentioned above, in the sense of either destiny or fate being written in the stars, or life being a pre-written script. What is predicted is the inevitability of evil consequences if the person does not withdraw from the trajectory created by his decisions and attitudes that are in conflict with the cosmic principles or cosmic law. If he is willing to follow the advice of the sage and rid himself of the mistaken ideas that are propelling him towards misfortune, then the dire consequences predicted will be avoided. Cool, great. So then what I do, so my next question is to the sage, and I'll write my questions down. So I'm just going to come back to this screen and show you what I'm writing. Oh, oopsie daisy. I must have accidentally turned off the... I'll minimize it, it's fine. So I'm going to ask the sage, is there a hexagram that can help me indicate what cosmic principle or law I am in conflict with. Okay, and so I'll ask the sage. Just minimize that again. I'm just going to ask the sage. Cool. And they're going to get a yes or no. Or yes, yes, no. Or no, no, yes. No, no, yes. Okay, cool. No, which means it could be the question. Okay, is there a line in this hexagram that can help me? No, no, yes. Okay. Am I asking the incorrect question? Yes, yes, no. All right. Do I attend to this later? Yes, yes, no. Okay. So I'm just going to leave that be. I could do it now, but it just feels like I don't need to go into this any more than what I have done. And so there's a cosmic principle or something that I've missed here, and I'm going to go back through this hexagram and read through what have I stepped out of, what have I done, or what am I doing that's in direct conflict with cosmic principle or outside of cosmic harmony. And trusting this requires a humility to be like, oh yeah, that thing that I've been doing, I had no idea, because the ego's conditioning runs deep, and things that I as an individual have justified because everybody else does it. This is how you do things, right? The human-centered view of the universe can bring things into focus. And if the I Ching brings things into focus when you be with it, it's like, oh, it's actually part of the demonic sphere of influence, the demonic sphere of consciousness, where you just know, oh, this is about striving. This is about exerting pressure and force. This is about not allowing the helpers of the invisible world to do what they're best at, right? So hopefully this video has been of use to you and useful to you, but that's my process. It takes time. How long have I been talking for? About 30 minutes. Sometimes it can take longer for me to get to the understanding that I get to. Also, another important thing here is, do I understand what the sage is wanting to communicate. All right. Do I understand what the sage is wanting to communicate? No, yes. Which means there's more. There's more to have a look at, more to get to the bottom of and understand. All right. That's what I have for you. Mad love to all y'all. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.